Hi VC, Sarah and Letha Elmer. I got 2 VCLTs in the mail the last few days from 2 of my best friends in the vinyl community. That would be Josh from the Flip Side and Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame. Now, Josh's came a few days ago. I still haven't opened. It's probably driving him nuts. Sorry, Josh. But I'm opening it today so I can listen to it tomorrow, because tomorrow's my big drinking and listening day that I do. I also listen to music throughout the week, but that's the day I just listen to records all day. So I'll open that last. And then Brandon recently received a bunch of cassettes from a viewer, and he had a bunch of doubles in there. And so he asked if any of us, I have a group of friends here that we do a group text. He asked if any of us needed some, and it happened that I did need a bunch of them. And so he sent them my way. So thank you so much, Brandon. And you might be surprised I didn't have these on cassette already, but I had thousands of cassettes at one point, and I lost them over the years. And the ones that I would lose would be the more common ones usually, because if I had it on vinyls, for instance, I would, trade the cassette, or that's one that I would get rid of. So a lot of the ones that I'm missing now are the more common, the ones that people would think is more common. So I'll show the cassettes last, and I'm going to open up this VCLT from Josh, and I don't know what it is. He said it's a newer thrash band that he's been getting into, and he thought I'd love them. And so, he knows my style really well. He's like my best friend in the world here. And so, we know each other's styles very well. We like to always send each other music we think we'd like. And let's see what this is. So, it wasn't even in another box. That's cool. It was in a big box. Let's see. This is Spirit World Death Western. Oh, that's a cool cover. So here we go. Spirit World. I believe I've seen this on his channel. I'm recognizing this. So this is really cool. Mojave Bloodlust, Death Western, Relic of Damnation. Yeah, right up my alley. Here we go. Thanks so much, Josh. And it's got a really cool hype. Josh's favorite thing in the world. And let's open it up and see what it looks like here. So, okay. And it's got an insert right away I can see, which is, oh, that's cool. It's one of these with the lyrics that are nice and big for me to read. Very cool. So I'll be digging into this today and tomorrow for sure. Not sure if I'll be doing a video tomorrow. I'll just play it by ear. I only do the Tipsy Tuesday videos if I'm feeling it. If I really feel like I'm into it. If I'm not, I just don't do it, because I don't want anything to come across as not authentic. Here's the vinyl here. Cool custom labels. And when I did that, it felt like there was something else in there. So let me see. Maybe a poster, I'd imagine, or I didn't read the hype. It probably told right on the hype what's in there. Let's see here. And let's see this. Yeah, it's a poster, it looks like. Very cool. So I've never heard this band. Oh, that's awesome. That reminds me of like an 80s, what you're getting an 80s record. Very cool. So yeah, this looks like I'm gonna love this. And he said it's thrash, which I love thrash. It's one of my favorite genres of metal, and metal is my favorite genre, so very cool. Can't wait to, thank you so much, Josh. That's really cool. I can't wait to spin this, and I'll let everyone know what I think next time I do a Tipsy Tuesday video. And now for the cassettes from Brandon. Now, these three here are ones that I've owned many times. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, of course, the classic. I've grown to like this less over the years just because I've heard it so much, but it's still a classic, Guns N' Roses. And then we got Poison, Look What the Cat Dragged In. My favorite Poison album, easily. And the first Skid Row, which is an excellent debut. It's actually my third favorite album by them, but this is right up there with all the great debuts of the 80s. It's awesome. I love it. Love Skid Row. They're one of my favorite of those hair metal bands ever. Love them. And then this one here, I didn't have on any format. Coverdale Page. Love that. Of course, David Coverdale and Jimmy Page. Great combination there. And Van Halen, 1984. Like I said, a lot of these are ones that you're like, how didn't you have those already? But that's why. This one here I've never owned on cassette. I've never actually owned this album. I have a couple compilations by this band, and I've owned the album before this many times. I still have that on cassette. This is Collective Souls with Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid. I actually like Collective Soul quite a bit. They were one of my favorite of those alternative bands of that era. Most of them, there's a lot of those alternative bands that were really big. I didn't like at all. I liked them. Then this one is Up Your Alley from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I like anything Joan Jett, I will take. I love Joan Jett. And some Tom Petty, Wildflowers. Another one I never had on cassette. I do have the vinyl box set of that. Excellent album from him. Aerosmith Gems, one of their great compilations before I didn't like them as much. And this is my favorite album by this band, The Cult with Electric. Love Electric so much. You know, Sonic, what is it? Sonic, I can't even think of the name of it. But, you know, their album after this and the one before it, Love, and God, what is it? Sonic Temple. Sonic Temple is a great album, but I've always liked this better. My friend's band used to play a couple of songs from that live. They did Wildflower. I love that song. Judas Priest, the best of Judas Priest. I have this on vinyl at Record Store Day release where it has the embossed cover. Really cool. But this is an excellent early compilation. Looks like it's from the first 2 albums, which are 2 of their best, I think. My favorite album by them is actually Sin After Sin. This is from Sin After Sin and Sad Wings of Destiny, so their second and third album. It might be from Rock and Roll too, so it's probably from their first 3 albums. I didn't look at it that close. Quiet Riot. This is the 4th Quiet Riot. Actually, the 6th Quiet Riot, because if you count the 2 that were just released in Japan with Randy Rhoads on them. But those were a different sound. This one here has Paul Sortino on vocals, who's one of my favorite vocalists. Of course, he was in Rough Cut before this. Rough Cut, those two Rough Cut albums are classics. Absolutely love them. And this it's not as good as Rough Cut or Quiet Riot, but this is excellent. Really good album. It's a great one. It's very underlooked. And then 3 by Ozzy. Blizzard of Oz, which is, of course, his solo debut. And then, this might have been before it. No, I don't know. Speak of the Devil, the double live album where he does all the Black Sabbath songs, which is really cool. Love that one. They sound really good on that, too. And then, my favorite Ozzy, The Ultimate Sin. Love this album. You know, a lot of people think this is one of his worst albums. It's always been my favorite. I don't know why, just something about it. I love the guitar in it. The heaviness of like The Ultimate Sin, and you know, I just love this album. I love Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman are right there with it, but this is my favorite. No Rest for the Wicked's great, you know, Bark on the Moon. After that, it kind of lost me a little, but those are excellent. So thank you so much. That's awesome of my 2 great friends, Josh and Brandon. I'll leave links to their channels down below. I'll see everyone on the next one.